can't do that. Nope. Okay. Sure. I don't even know if this format's even worth the effort. A couple months ago, Wesley, you remember Wesley, right?
Don't push it.
Just shove it in as hard as you can.
This process has been retarded.
Right, that Wesley. So, a couple months ago, he said, "Hey, I'm redoing my house." He bought a fixer-upper so he could bring it down to the studs and back. And he said, I'm doing a couple things that might be worth filming. And, if the server thing was sketchy enough to film, then this must be worth it. So I said, all right, I'll come up to Appleton. The problem is, ever since I moved to Chicago, I haven't had a vehicle. So I've relied on public transit to take me everywhere. And the problem is that there is no good public transit from here to Appleton. There are no trains there, even nowhere close, like Green Bay, which was shocking, to say the least. So what ended up happening was I took a train up to Kenosha, and he drove me the rest of the way. I mean, was the mileage and the gas worth it?
Damn, buttermilk, Jesus. That's not a good time.
Hey.
That bass.
So Wesley picked me up from the train station, and we embarked on the roughly 2.5 hour drive up to Appleton, probably close to 1.5 hours the way he drives. We stopped at a Culver's near his house for dinner, and I began to explore his fascinating on-screen personality. Why am I here, Wesley?
Why not?
No, Wesley, you have to tell me why I'm here. Otherwise, this whole concept doesn't... Okay, try again. Why am I here, Wesley?
So you can film me throwing a toilet out a window?
Okay, fine. When we finally got to his place, he pulled a spare mattress out into his living room for me to sleep on, and I went to bed with visions of exploding toilets dancing in my head. In the morning, I asked him to give me the grand tour of...
Well, this is the back of my shithole. So, I mean, this is just a generically terrible kitchen. I haven't done anything with it yet. I will be after I'm done with the upstairs. So, you can see, there's an attempt to remove the wood paneling at one point, but instead of removing it, they just painted over all of it. I suppose it's better, but it still looks bad. There's this weird sink room, and the bathroom itself is pretty normal. When I bought the house, this was carpeted and absolutely disgusting. So, I mean, it's better than when I bought the house so far, I guess. There's even carpet under the sink, because whoever put it in didn't figure out about that. The light in here is fun. It's just the socket out of a normal light fixture attached to one twisted pair inside a Cat 5e cable, plugged into a switch outlet that I put up there. I ran my own new wiring straight from the breaker panel in the basement, because whenever I plug anything into the outlet that's behind the air purifier thing over there, the lights would flicker. So.
Where's the door to the basement, Wesley?
Oh, it's this. It looks like an outhouse. Someone at some point put the wood paneling over. If you look, it's a normal door. It even has like a doorknob place. dry sump pump, which is, I guess, good. I've found a dead rabbit in there once, so that was interesting. The wiring in my room, because I didn't trust any of the wiring, I ran a new one, so here's that, and it kind of goes over to the vent, and goes up to the vent over there. I just kind of shoved it in. I didn't feel like putting new holes in, so I just did that. This is all the power for upstairs currently. It's actually GFCI protected, so that's nice. So then there's upstairs. I put this plastic up to help isolate the dust because there's a lot of it. And this house is 130 years old and it's been remodeled multiple times. So there's probably asbestos in some of it, so that's fun. Oh nice, I think that's a wasp. Up here used to be a bedroom. Now it's just open. You see where all the plaster and lath was. I scraped all the plaster off because so many sections of it were already falling off. This is obviously the bathroom. There used to be a wall here.
I hope so.
This was originally the master bedroom. When I first moved into the house, I was actually in here. There was a nice coating of modern drywall over all of it, but I didn't like the way it was done with the molding that was here, so I ripped it all off and found this purple poodle wallpaper.
That's amazing.
I'm
Look at them.
assuming it was put in sometime around the 50s, from what I heard from the guy I bought my house from, because he bought it from a guy that owned it from like 1950 to 2000, and he bought the house, rented out from 2000 to until I bought it. The reason this stud is here, if you look, it shouldn't be load bearing, but as I'm taking everything out, if I bang on this, well, either way, this stud over here.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't originally supposed to be load bearing, but after being there for 130 years, things seem to have rested on it. When you bang on it and there's not things connected to it, you feel the reverberation through the entire house. So at some point, I'm gonna have to like jack that part of the house up and I guess move it because that's not in a good place for a new wall. Now I have to deal with the fucking, is that even a wasp?
So this is the toilet?
Yeah, it's not gonna be there at the end of today.
Also, at some point, he bought a car dolly from some dude on Craigslist. While Wesley tested it, the guy asked me what he was going to use it for, and honestly, I couldn't justify it. I don't know. Then the time finally arrived. It was toilet time, which, now that I think about it, sounds like a phrase you'd use to potty train your kid, but whatever. Wesley wrestled the toilet off of the floor with the strength of a computer engineer who also does manual labor, so like that of a normal person, and he pried the toilet. He ripped the toilet off of the floor. Oh, that's
Cool.
We then decided that we didn't want the toilet damaging his driveway because the driveway and the studs are pretty much the only thing he was going to keep original on that house. So we put down some cinder blocks to both protect the porch stairs and his driveway, but also to, you know, make the potty explode a little more. You know. The stage was set, and it was time to drop the potty.
So I broke 3 cinder blocks. So that's like $3.
It's worth it though.
Oh yeah, are you kidding? I can always go buy more. I kind of wish I had more than 12 now that when we put these up, so I'll probably buy like another 12 or something.
Oh, I was hoping you meant more toilets, but... Alright. And, that was it. We were done. We had finished what we set out to do, drop a toilet from a window and record it. What a spectacle it was. So the next day I packed up my things and I went home. So it's the next day, and I've convinced Wesley that that will fit through the window. He didn't believe me. But now we found something else to throw out the window. After that, I knew I was on a roll. So I convinced Wesley somehow to put the cinder blocks back down the driveway and throw the sink out the window and a couple of doors. I mean, they've got to get out of there somehow, right?
Well, we want this to be a cushion. Well, the sink went through the wall.
What do you mean it went through the wall?
It's just hard to balance, and I can't put my feet right there because there's a sink there. Well, that's not going to help much for a cushion. Didn't even break.
Unbelievable.
Damaged the siding. Now we're all gonna die because it's asbestos. Oh god!
With the defenestration behind us, we then proceeded to clean the driveway as best we could. It was hard. There was stuff everywhere. But all this debris and all the debris coming from inside the house that he's, gutting, it spawned this very interesting idea.
This is my car dolly I bought yesterday. So, clearly I need this. It's like $400, and now we're gonna build a thing to go on top of it. So this way I'll also have a utility trailer, and for about $600, I'll have like a 4,000-pound utility trailer in addition to a car dolly. Instead of, just buying a $600 utility trailer. It'd be about 6.5 by 8, so like 8 feet long, 6.5 feet wide, and then 4 foot side, so I can go to the dump. Take all of this crap that we threw out the window, in addition to a bunch of the crap in there and a bunch of the crap that's still upstairs, to the dump at once, because making multiple trips is a pain in the ass, because they're only open Saturday mornings.
So we started to build a utility trailer on top of his car dolly. Unfortunately, I couldn't stick around long enough to see how it ended. This is what it looks like finished. I'm told it works well, so that's good. But before I left, I asked Wesley to wrap up the video in his classic on-screen persona. I need you to conclude the video.
What?
No, I need you to conclude the video. Like, wrap up, do a summary of what we've done, and just conclude the video.
Oh, well, we threw shit out the window, a bunch of shit, and we built this. I still have to put the sidewalls on it and the hardware to bolt it onto the car dolly, but it's pretty stable. So, I'll probably look at the camera instead of just talking randomly, huh?
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. And that's it. It's all the footage I took.